Take two. Welcome to Woodshop. And all right, here we go.
Welcome to Woodshop 101, where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Now meet the yin and yang of woodworking and the lady that keeps them in line, Jeremy, Drew, and Sam.
Welcome to episode number 49. Tonight we're going to just let the conversation lead the topic. So besides these technical difficulties that we're having, what's going on tonight, Drew? Are you there?
It's funny, I'm still kind of getting them. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we had a few instances where we had to restart our computers, and I don't know if it's Jeremy's Wi-Fi or mine, but yeah, it's kind of crazy right now.
We can just go ahead and blame it on me because it's my new Wi-Fi. I have no idea about it.
It's that East Coast Wi-Fi. That's why Sam always screws up.
Yeah, well, I got these two different Wi-Fi networks. So when the cable company came out, they hooked up two Wi-Fi networks. One that's like 2.4 gigahertz, and then one that's 5 gigahertz. And I don't know what either one does. I just hook up to one of them.
I had that once.
So the only thing that I read on their website was one is for like the 5G expands further out than the 2.4. I don't know. So
5's probably recommended for video feed.
Well, that's what I'm hooked up to. So
oh crap!
No, I just changed it. I changed it to that. So all right. Well, if you guys are feeling lonely, it's because Sam is not here tonight. She is hopefully getting ready to move into a new apartment. So it will just be Drew and I, and we're just gonna kind of let things go and see where the conversation leads. So I've definitely missed it, man.
Don't sound disappointed that it's just you and me.
I missed it. I miss recording with you guys. I mean, it's been what, like five weeks? Longer
About 5
than
weeks.
Mm-hmm. That's been longer than that since I recorded with you guys. Because y'all had those last two shows without me. It's probably been, what, 7 weeks since I recorded with y'all?
That's probably why we were having so much fun.
Oh, probably. We've got a lot of kickback and a lot of people commenting. That's probably why, because I wasn't there. So, but I did listen to y'all's episode, and y'all really missed me. So,
or we bad mouthed one or the other.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what happened after the camera was off. So, what do you got going on in your shop?
I swear we just hung up. That's all we did.
Yeah, I believe you now.
Well, as far as what's going on is, I just got done doing a vlog video that I just posted today, and I've got a Kreg Jig Hack that I just finished last night that I need to finish. Actually, I think I finished editing last night. It should be all ready to go. I just got to load it to YouTube and get it scheduled to air probably sometime, maybe by Friday. And tonight I'm going to try and start working on my long-awaited gun case. I've been waiting on the neighbor 2 doors down from me. He just happened to stop by when I was outside one day, and he said that he got orders to go to England. So he's got to liquidate a lot of his stuff. He can't take it with him, and he said, I've got a garage and a storage building full of quarter sawn white oak and walnut. And he said, I've got a boss. He's wanting some of it, but he's not going to take a whole heck of a lot. And as soon as I heard him say that, I was like, I'll take 100% of whatever he don't want.
Yeah, hey,
so
that's it.
So I've got a ton of wood that's coming my way. And I was wanting to try and make the case out of that. But it hadn't. I don't have it yet, so I might just have to use the wood that I have and just make it work. But I got a few more parts to order. I've got to do the hinges, the locks, and the foam. I've got to get on order so I can get it get it cut to size. But I'm trying to decide how I want to config the whole thing. I know I want to put rifles in there. The handguns, I want to see if I can incorporate somehow or another. And I know that I want to maybe put them in kind of, I don't know, kind of at an angle to where they kind of go into the foam, so where I can have a couple, kind of side by side.
Yeah.
But the more I stick in there, the heavier that case is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be heavy already being out of wood. So yeah, you'd be surprised just by adding like 2 long guns in there how heavy it's going to be. Because I have a gun case now that I carry 2 rifles with, and it's just a plastic case, and that thing is ridiculously heavy. So I'd caution you on sticking too many in there if you plan on carrying that thing anywhere.
Well, I thought about using it just to take to the range with just my rifle. I've got a 44 Henry lever action that it's really, really nice, and I just wanted a nice custom case for it just to kind of show off. But I've got a range bag that's good for my pistols, so I'm not really too worried about it. But yeah. I don't know. It was just a thought to toy around with.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to store them in, But yeah, I need to do something. I got several old guns. I got a 1950s model 22 that's got the external firing pin. So the firing pin actually sits off of the back of the bolt. So if this is the bolt seating in, the firing pin actually is external to it and sits off the back of it. And then I got an old 3030, and I'm wanting to build some kind of display for them. I don't know if that's going to be in the near distant future, especially with my kids being younger. Maybe when my daughter hits about 6 years old, I'll build the display for it. But until then, they'll probably just stay hidden in my closet. But yeah, so I'm still mid-move right now. I'm finally into a new place after 2 weeks of living in a hotel. Let's see, I've been out here in South Carolina for 2.5 weeks, and I'm finally in a place. I don't have furniture, as Drew saw. The audio may sound a little echoey. It's because literally I'm in an empty house with a few boxes, and then the shop has about half my tools. I ended up only moving pretty much all the big stuff and a bunch of, and I cleaned out all the cabinets and put those in Rubbermaid containers, and I moved all that, and I moved my lumber. But as far as like my finishing cabinet and stuff like that, I went ahead and just had the movers move that. So hopefully Friday I'll have a bed to sleep on. I'm really looking forward to a bed to sleep on. I'm tired of this cot thing I'm sleeping on. But being here and my wife and kids still being in Texas, at least for the next few weeks until she can get transferred with her job, I really have been spinning on how can I surprise her and make her feel at home once she gets here, besides the house being unpacked. And we have been living out of cardboard boxes. When I say living out, our clothes have been stored in cardboard boxes for about the last 3 or 4 years, I think. And she's kind of held it over me. It's kind of like the table thing that I promised I'd build dressers or get dressers, and I've never done it. And I was going to do an IKEA hack on one of their dressers until they had this massive recall that came out, and now I can't even get a hold of that dresser. So I've been toying around with the idea, and I came down with a design that I'm probably going to build, and I'm trying to get that built before she gets here. So, and it's going to be a quick and easy, a simple project. In fact, I took the plans. I think I found them on Anna White, I think is where I found them, and I'm just going to kind of change them up a little bit to suit my needs. but that's what's happening in my shop. Not there won't be a lot. I mean, like I was telling Drew, that the shop it's bare. The drywall is only been taped and mudded. Well, no, it's only been taped. The entire drywall hadn't even been mudded. So it needs to get some paint on it, some coats of white. I'm gonna have to redo the lights in there again. And then once that's done, I will be definitely finishing the table. In fact, I'm shooting to have the table finished by October. And this dresser build, and then it's full force to the beginning of the year of trying to have my shop set up and ready. I'm gonna build some cabinets in there. I'm building clamp racks. From October till January, February is gonna be nothing but pretty much shop projects while I'm trying to get it set up. Because I want it set up before I actually just get into anything else. I don't want to be working out of boxes or moving things to work on something else. So,
yeah, that's like the problem that everybody has.
yeah, I mean, there still will be some sort of that. But right now, like, I don't want to have to dig around in the Rubbermaid container to find something to work on and then put it back in that Rubbermaid container. I feel like I'll burn myself out quick doing that, or I'll have no motivation to get out there. Just the disorganization just makes me have no motivation to do anything. And that was one of the biggest problems I've had in the last few months in my shop in Houston, was just the disorganization. So one of those OCD people that need to be organized.
Now you're just going to have to build cabinets like I did.
Well, mine will actually stock things in them, organized.
What? What are you talking about?
Look, at least the last video that you had your cabinets open, there wasn't very much filling them. Maybe the doors.
There still isn't. I gotta get out there to organize it.
But
it's kind of hard when you're trying to put a video out every week.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be. I'm thinking I'm going to build 3 lower cabinets and probably 3 upper cabinets, and that'll be a great reduction in what I had. Let's see, I had 1, 2.
Buckle my shoe.
I had 2 lower cabinets, and then I had 2 tall standing cabinets and 2 upper cabinets. And I think I'm gonna just do 3 lowers and then 3 uppers, and probably nowhere near the length of yours. How long are your cabinets?
The ones on my back wall?
Yeah, that stick out from the wall to the end. How long are they?
They stick out about 24 inches, or that's the countertop itself, and they're from one end to one end is like 110 inches, I think.
And that converts to what? 10 feet?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be quite that long. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe about 7 feet. But we'll just have to see. I'm figuring because I'm going to build that, and that's going to just store like odds and ends, and then I'm going to build a separate like small little cabinet, kind of like what Mark Spagnuolo did, just to house like circular saws and sanders and stuff like that. And then I bought a finishing cabinet, metal finishing cabinet, before I left. So I think that should house just about everything. And then my hand tools, I'll probably build like a hand tool wall or a little hanging cabinet for those. I got a lot of little ideas of, like maybe a charging station somewhere to keep my batteries charged. Try to utilize as much wall space as possible. I utilized more floor space at my last shop, and I had so much open wall real estate that could have been used.
Yeah, I still got that issue in places of mine as well.
So get the clamp, at least the $5,000 worth of parallel clamps I have, get those off the floor before I just utterly bend them and break them and destroy them.
What's $5,000?
Yeah, what's $5,000? That's what me and my brother were talking about while we were moving them. Loading them, I was like, "Yo, we gotta be careful with these. This guy, that's probably only $1,000." And he was like, "No way." He was like, "You buy them at 50% off?" I was like, "Yeah." And we sat there and added them up, and it's probably close to $5,000 worth of clamps over the course of what 4 or 5 years that I've been buying off that sale. And I was like, "Well, good news. I'm gonna buy more this year."
Well, I got a great cabinet plan that you can use to, make yourself a clamp cabinet.
Yeah, I'm planning on Elite getting your plans for the drawers and stuff. So get something built. You get some storage, start getting unpacked. So, but yeah, it's I'm definitely ready to get back in the shop. I'm renewed, and especially with that dining room table, like, just for some reason, like, I got burnt out on it, and now I'm just like, I'm ready to see it done. That passion for that table's back. So
Probably because it got moved.
yeah, it's probably because I haven't been seeing it. But what I'm gonna have them do, and let's hope I can get it done before my wife gets here. I'm gonna have them put it in the dining room, and I'm gonna finish it in the dining room. It's already been sanded. So really all I have to do is paint it, and then I'll build the top out in the shop and finish it out there. Then I just got to put the top on the base in here.
Yeah, I would definitely do that before the wife gets home.
Yeah.
Why does the house smell like lacquer? I don't know, dear. It's just natural finish, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll see, but I'm hoping that with it being out of the shop, I'll have more motivation to get it done, because I won't be messing around with it out there, and it'll be an eyesore half done in the house. So
I didn't know that's how you gain motivation. You move all your crap in the house. So your wife will tell you to get it done.
Yeah. She told me I can't do anything else till it's done.
Yeah, are you going to say happy birthday whenever it's done? Or happy anniversary or whatever it was for?
It was for a birthday. I'm going to put a bow on it. I'll give her a card with it too. So, but no, I mean, from then I'll still have the benches to build, but whatever. I'll buy her chairs at that point.
So for those of you that don't know, Jeremy, where did you move to?
I moved to Summerville, South Carolina. I think I want to say it's about like 3 hours from Atlanta, maybe 4 hours from Atlanta. It's 6.5 hours from Birmingham, Alabama, and it's 30 minutes from Charleston. And I actually work in Charleston, so it's different. Time change has really gotten to me. It's the hour difference. Being 10:30 right now. Like last night, I was in bed by probably 10:30. The night before, I was in bed by 9:30. So I went back to work yesterday. Yesterday was my first day back to work in 2 months, and getting up at 5:30 on a time change is definitely different.
Well, you sound tired.
I'm worn out. I mean, and it's not that I'm getting any less sleep or any more sleep. It's just a different section of sleep. Like when I first came out here and I was in the hotel, it was just living in a hotel kind of changed how, like, I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching Netflix and whatever, and catching up on YouTube and writing articles for the website. And then finally I'm like, oh, I better go to sleep. And I plan on getting up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then like 11 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, oh crap, I need to get out of bed. And the same thing would roll. And it was just stressful, man, trying to find a place out here. Believe it or not, I couldn't settle. I looked at several places that had a one-car garage, and I couldn't do it. I talked myself into, okay, I'll downgrade to a one car, just to find a place to live, but I couldn't. when it came push to shove and put that pen to that paper to sign a lease, I couldn't do it.
It's hard to go from something bigger to something smaller. It really is.
I mean, if it's like a 3-car to a 2-car, okay, maybe understandable, but like a 2-car to a 1-car is really like all your big machines are going to have to like live on a mobile stand against the walls and roll them out. I had a 1-car at one point.
Me too.
It's too much. And I really felt like I would have really lost the passion for it while I was there.
And your sanity.
Yeah. And looking for a house out here got so bad that we almost settled on a place that had no shop. We were going to look at renting a place for shop, but when it came down to it, having an adequate living space. So we either found a place that had a good shop, but then the house was just horrible, or we found a place that had a nice house and a horrible shop. We just 2 days before I went back to work, we lucked into getting this place. And when I say lucked into it, the issues are starting to arise after. So the first renovation in the shop is going to be a new garage door opener and new torsion springs for it. But it is a hurricane door, so it's an already thicker door to help reduce heat and cool transfer and water transfer. But the bracket mounts in it are completely different. Instead of most framing on the inside is kind of like a C channel, and then to get foam in there, you're always gonna have to undercut it to kind of slide it in there. Being a hurricane door, the brackets are just straight out, so it's gonna make insulating the door very easy, and so that's gonna be a pretty soon project. And I've already routed the request to the HOA to put a mini split in the garage. And I had to do that because the outside unit would be on the side of the house, so it would be seen, and they have to approve that. But they said they don't see a problem with that because the bylaws say no window units. So hopefully that'll be coming. Right now, it's the heat difference from Texas is way different. It's still humid, but it floats around 95, 96 degrees versus 105 degrees. So it's definitely cooler, but not much cooler. And I'm gonna pull the plunge as long as they approve it for that mini split. If they don't, it's gonna be a long 4 years with no AC again.
You'll be at my neck of the woods then. Yeah, my whole mini split actually fell through. The gentleman I was going to buy it from sold it with his house, so I was a little disappointed. But what can you do?
Yeah,
just have to buy a new one.
Yeah, and I kind of been looking at them. I don't know a lot about heating and AC. So when it comes down to that, I'm gonna rely on a professional to get me by. I've been looking at them and trying to price compare on like Amazon or something like that, and without knowing what I'm looking at. I know about the BTUs, but without really knowing anything else about a mini split, I just don't know what to look for.
Yeah.
So, but it's getting something in the shop is definitely a must.
Paramount.
Yeah, it's just so I can spend more time in there. Granted, I work Monday through Friday I leave the house at 6:15 and I don't get home till 5:30, so I'm gonna be working in the coolest hours of the day anyway. But on like the weekends and stuff, when I want to be in there all day, or when I just need to get away and go sleep in the shop or something, I need air conditioning.
Yeah.
So Yeah. I do have what's new here. Did you see that Instagram is taking on Snapchat?
I did not see that. And I've been on Snapchat before, and I have not been an active user on it very well. My brother actually got me started because he was put on Snapchat by one of his employees. And I thought, well, I'll try getting on there. And yeah, it didn't pan out because I didn't use it.
Yeah, so I had Snapchat, kind of like you. I had it, I don't know, a month or two. I didn't post anything. I always looked at people's stuff. And I got rid of it. I didn't understand it. But yeah, so this morning, Instagram released a new update, and they are now taking on Snapchat. They're when I say taking on Snapchat, they're in a battle versus Snapchat. They released what is called Instagram Stories, and that's what it is. It's a Snapchat. It's you taking a quick video, and it uploads in reverse chronological order in their app, and the videos are only good for 24 hours, and then they disappear. And so I got it open here, and so across the top, so here is where, like, let's see, here's one from David Picciuto, and so that's it. It just sits off on the top, and you can go through and watch their videos, and there's a separate button on the top left for you to take your instant story or whatever they're going to call it. And I happened to just be on the phone probably a couple hours ago, and I saw it, and I thought it was awesome because, you know, Snapchat's becoming big in the YouTube woodworking community. A lot of people are getting on it. And I just
not me.
I absolutely refuse, because I don't want to. First of all, I don't want another social media platform. Mm-hmm. And as it is, I'm already thinking about getting rid of Twitter. And there's a good
what?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I don't use it, and all my stuff automatically posts over to it. And from everything that I've been reading, it's not good to only post to one and let them automatically post. You need to create unique posts for each different type of platform. I don't want to worry about Twitter. I don't hardly ever respond to anybody on it.
Well, that's just rude.
Well, look, I don't get it. I mean, if they tag me or send me a tweet or whatever you call it, yeah, I respond. But as far as like people posting pictures or writing, tweeting stuff, I don't go on there and leave comments. So I think it just wastes. Are you there?
Yeah, it's acting up on me again.
So me and Snapchat aren't going to get along. And so hopefully with this Instagram thing, we'll see more YouTube woodworkers doing that versus Snapchat, but only time will see. I know I will use that more because I'm already in Instagram. So.
Yeah, I don't know about Snapchat. Like I said, I'm just kind of hanging in the wings for it because I just don't use it very much. And I'm like you, having another social media platform, just something else to worry about and make sure that I stay on top of. I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm good right now with Instagram by itself.
Yeah, and that's why I was excited to see that Instagram added that feature, because it kind of eliminates even
the need for Snapchat.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't know if it will cause everybody to jump off of Snapchat. I mean, I know it won't cause my wife to jump off of it because they don't have all those little cool effects that she sends me pictures of every day. But as far as in the woodworking community and the people I follow and the people that follow me, I'm hoping that it just steps up that Instagram game a little bit. But we'll see. See if I start posting on it and kind of go from there. So.
Well, very cool. Well, I hear we've got a voicemail kickback out there.
We do. Every time I get one of these, I'm excited. I like voicemails.
I know.
You know what? Save us time. Don't type us anything. Just call us. We like to listen to your voice, and then it makes us feel special that you called us and not somebody else. So
and don't call us just because of Sam.
don't do it.
We like to be called. Jeremy and I like to be called, but Sam's just an extra.
Yeah. So all right, well let's take a listen to this voicemail.
Hey, this is TQ2. Just thought I'd call in. I just listened to your episode 42. Just doing a catch up. Yes, Drew and I met in Atlanta at the Woodworkers in Action. He probably doesn't remember me, but this is Tom Queen from Columbia, South Carolina. We have talked for a little while. But anyway, that's my my iTunes call in or ID. So just playing around. But thank you for your reading my comment. And it was again a pleasure to meet you, Drew, and hope to see everybody else again sometime. Thanks. Bye-bye.
I'm wondering if he meant woodworking in America. He said woodworkers in action.
But he said in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe it was just a woodworking show.
Look, man. Hey, I don't know. Maybe he did meet you. Maybe he went to something called Woodworkers in Action and he thought he met you.
Well, who was it? Was it Alabama Woodworker? I think that he met me, but he said it was you. Yeah. So maybe there's another misunderstanding there.
Maybe I don't know.
I met so many people at these woodworking shows that I've just seen so many faces, and all kinds of personalities. So it was. I'm sure that we met. It's just that my recollection of the name, I would have to see a face. I'm much more of a facial recognition kind of person.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, names they're a dime a dozen. But,
we'll just call him number one.
Yeah. We'll call him 2 because he's TQ2. So we'll just call him TQ.
Oh yeah, that's right.
See?
He got his
But,
iTunes sign on there.
But no. At least he left us an iTunes rating. Because we haven't had one of those in a while. In fact, we hope you'll go to iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating, and actually leave us a comment. We'd like to read them. And I can almost guarantee you that if you write something witty, it's going to end up on the show. So,
more than likely, if you just write anything, it'll probably end up on the show.
That's true too. Eventually end up on the show.
Yeah, true.
So, but yeah, and if you guys want to support our show, you can head over to our show notes at www.woodshop101podcast.com/listen. You can find today's show notes or any other episode. And down in the bottom of each show notes, there will be some links for some one-time donations, and that's actually changed a little bit because people had still been asking about Patreon, and at least until we decide to revisit it, we're not going back with Patreon right now. You'll find a link for a one-time donation of whatever monetary amount you want. You'll also find 3 other links for small reoccurring donations, and they'll reoccur once a month. So if you find that to your fancy and you want to leave a one-time donation or a small reoccurring donation, go to the show notes and do that. It definitely helps us. Maybe we could afford to get some better internet here.
Since we're screwing up a little bit.
Or, I mean, my office here doesn't have a light in it. I'm using a hall light to light my office. Maybe I can.
I like your office chair too that you're sitting in.
Oh yeah,
That's nice.
It was comfortable, but now it's kind of starting to get a little. It kind of feels like I'm leaning up against something like something stiff, some wood or something like.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, but so leaving us some feedback or a donation, it really helps. We enjoy what we do. In fact, we've been doing this a year and a half, man. How can you? Do you realize what next show is?
50.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 50 shows. That's a lot. So, if my wife is listening to this, I told you this was not a passing. I told you.
Well, Groove.Life had some faith in us too, so.
Yeah, they did. In fact, did you see the post on Instagram? I'm converting people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that. He said he's been using the, how do you pronounce it? Kalo?
Yeah.
Said he's been a user of those rings for so long, and now all of a sudden he wants to switch to Groove.Life thanks to some of the posts that he's seen from us. So
yeah, look, I hadn't taken mine off. I really like it. And
I know.
I'm thinking about getting another color. You didn't buy that Rockin' H blue, did you?
Not yet. I'm thinking about it though.
You might want to get on there because it was only a limited time color.
Oh crap! Well, I need to then.
Yeah, but
I've actually used this one a couple different ways because it's got the color on the inside. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's reversible, and I'm
yeah.
I was like, no, it's orange.
I actually got one for my wife as well, so she is sporting Groove.Life too. She's got the lilac color. It's purple, but she loves it. Put it on, and I don't think she's taking it off either. And it's amazing to go through the day, wash my hands and stuff, and then go to fill under the ring, and it already be pretty dry. So I'm a firm believer in Groove.Life.
That's one thing too, that whenever I wash my hands, like soap will make my normal rings just want to naturally slide right off.
Yeah.
And I don't ever notice it until it's too late. But this thing never wants to come off in the water.
Yeah.
So that's good.
What's the worst case? If it comes off and you lose it, they're like $30 versus
80 or 100, 200.
How much you spend on a wedding?
Sometimes 800.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had a real wedding ring in 8 years, so my wife's just happy I'm wearing something. And I'm not taking it off.
You have your ring on? It's like, no.
No, she knows I lost it in the Danube River in Serbia while I was at work one time. And since then, she's like, oh, I'll get you a new one. Okay. She never got it. No, I didn't bug her because I didn't want to wear it.
So then you had to wait for Groove.Life to step in. There you go. We know you need one.
I had no desire. Like, with Kalo, I looked at him and I was like, I don't need one. I don't want one of those. And then something about, like, when I saw Groove.Life and I reached out to him, and I was like, man, I really like the way your rings look. Like, they look comfortable. And they sent us some, and they are awesome. So
thank you, Groove.Life.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think we've rambled enough, or at least I have.
I know it's hard to get a word in edgewise with you.
Well, it is. It's weird. After 8 weeks, I'm back.
Oh, it's grown to 8 weeks now?
7 weeks, however long it's been since I've been gone. So it's been since the end of June.
That's all right. I'll let it go. But it's been a while. Let's see if I can do this still. You guys, if there is any, see, I'm already stuttering. If you guys are wanting to contact us individually, we each have our own websites that are easy to find. There's countrysideworkshop.com, rhwoodshop.com, and DIYhuntress.com, and we all know which one y'all will probably go to first.
countrysideworkshop.com.
Sure, let's just keep telling ourselves that. But we each have a contact portion on our website. You can fill out the form there, and we will not only answer your question through email back to you, but more than likely that question will make its way onto the show somehow or another. So be sure and check back on the show for that. If you want to contact all three of us at the same time, you can send us an email if you like to woodshop101podcast at gmail.com. But we also have a voicemail like you heard today. As long as you leave us a message, we'll feature it on the air and either just answer a question or just let yourself be heard on air. And the phone number for that, which will work on any kind of phone that will make a call out, the area code is 409-234-3959. Hope I remembered that correctly. But that was 409-234-3959.
You did.
So that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else for you, Jeremy. Anything else you want to add since you've been talking all night?
No, I'm good. I probably need to get to bed soon.
You kind of needed to get all this off your chest anyway, since it's been 10 weeks since you've been on here.
I thought it was like 12 weeks.
Well, guys, we want to thank you very much for listening in, and we'll have Sam on the next episode. It will be our normal episode of about an hour long. So we hope you can join us for that, and we will catch you next time. 1, 2, 3.
Boom!
Boom!